Hello guys, so I want to do a little comparison between these two citizens here because I think these citizens are legendary. So first of all, the NY0040 here, the best citizen ever created, I think, and it's one of the best watches. Now the Barnacle, which is a reissue. Let me wipe it. So it's a reissue, and this one is titanium. It's got a better movement than the NY0040. So technically, the Barnacle is a better watch, and it's really awesome. I have no intention of getting rid of it. But to be honest, if I had to choose between the two, and by that I mean to choose which one is my favorite, not which one to get rid of, because I'm not gonna get rid of any of these. But if I have to choose which one is my favorite, I have to say the NY0040. You know, although technically it is inferior because the movement is inferior, well, it's not titanium. It doesn't mean that it's inferior, but you know, titanium is cool. I think it's a more expensive material than stainless steel, so yeah, it is what it is. So I think technically, definitely, the NY0040 is inferior to the Barnacle, the reissue Barnacle. But despite of that, I like the NY0040 better than the Barnacle. I don't know, there is just something about this watch, all the colors, the beautiful yellowish lume. You know, it just, although the Barnacle is a reissue of a vintage watch, the NY just looks more vintage, although you can still buy it brand new. And it's not a reissue of anything. The NY0040 is still the original NY0040. Looks exactly the same as it looked when it was released. Yeah, of course, now the case pack is not stamped but etched, but you know, you get what I mean. It's not a reissue. So the reissue, it's very white, so I mean the lume is very white. The style is vintage, but the colors aren't really. That's what I mean here. I mean the colors, all right? And the NY0040 with the yellowish lume and the red accents, it just has something very special about it. And also the bezel. I absolutely love the bezel on the NY0040. It's very clicky, very loud, and I love it. It feels great to operate it. And also the rotor. So it's very, very noisy. And people complain about the rotor being noisy in these movements, but to be honest, for me, it just adds to the charm of this watch, of these watches. Like hearing and feeling the rotor sometimes is just something I like. I have absolutely no problem with it. Now, when it comes to lume, both of them has great lume, but because the NY0040 just has bigger lume plots, bigger hands, the lume is just better on this one. The lume is also great on the Barnacle, but there is just less of it because the indices and the hands are smaller. You know, obviously I didn't do scientific measurements, but that's just the feeling I get by looking at them. And also the lume is definitely stronger on the NY. You know, because of the bigger surface, not because the lume itself is stronger. Amazing watches. I really love these. and my favorite is the NY. Now I also have the SKX here, the two legends, and now which one is better here, which one is my favorite? Both. Here it's really both are legends, absolute legends. But the NY0040 is just more beautiful than the SKX007. The beauty of the 007 is the black and white simplicity with the orange accent. This is the beauty of the SKX, the simplicity. The NY0040, it's like beauty in a stunning way. And in that sense, the Barnacle and the SKX007 are really similar, because both of them they're just black and white, except for the orange accent on the SKX. Except for that, both of them are just black and white. Of course, the Barnacle is more black, deeper black, but the color scheme is really similar between these two. But on the color scheme on the NY is like, yeah, it's just way different from both of these. And I really love the color scheme of the NY. I absolutely love how it looks. I love again, the yellow lume, the black dial, the red accents, just everything about this watch I love. And it's great on this NATO. So I have the Jubilee bracelet from Long Island watch for it, which is great, but I don't know. To me, this watch belongs on a NATO. I just don't know why. I can't explain it. And I have a ton of NATOs. I have a drawer full of NATOs, but this CWC NATO is the one which works best on my wrist with this watch and looks the best with this watch. So although I have a ton of NATOs which would fit this watch, this is the only NATO I really wear on this watch, because it's just such a perfect combination. Perfect how it looks and perfect on my wrist. Now this is, what kind of NATO it is. It's some NATO from Amazon. I think Sniper Bay, whatever, I don't know. It looks great on this watch. Now the SKX, of course, the Jubilee. Nothing beats the Jubilee on the SKX. I used to own the strap code Angus Jubilee for the SKX. I sold it because if it's the SKX, it has to be the OEM Psycho Jubilee. This is the complete package here. This is the complete legend. This is the complete legend with the original Jubilee. Yeah, this is just the complete legend, regardless of any bracelet or strap. Yeah, legend. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching. What? Thanks for watching. And goodbye.